Alrighty, guys. So we are going to continue on with our poetry unit, and we are going to spend some time today talking about personification. So let's just first break down this word a little bit here. We've got personification. So the person part kind of leads us into our definition of personification. So let's start with our three sentences. What did these three sentences have in common? The ancient car groaned into third gear. After returning from her vacation, Susie's vase of flowers were begging for water. The tropical storm slept for 2 days before awakening again and eating half of the island. So what did these three sentences have in common? Just take a minute to figure it out. Okay, so these three sentences have in common that these things are not people. They're not people or animals, so they shouldn't be doing the things that they're doing. A car shouldn't groan, right? So that is a person trait being put on the car. The flowers aren't actually begging, but they obviously need water, and Susie's able to see that. The tropical storm didn't actually sleep because storms can't sleep, but it probably just paused and then started back up again. So can a car groan? Can flowers beg? Do storms sleep and eat? No. This is all personification. Personification is a figure of speech that gives the qualities of a person to an animal, an object, or an idea. Again, personification. So person, that first part there, is what tells us what this is going to do. Our example, the wind yelled all night long. The wind cannot yell. Only a living thing can yell. So this is personification. The moon smiled down upon the sleeping city. Again, a moon can't smile. The piano sang a beautiful song to all in the audience. Pianos don't sing, but they do make noise that can be shared when they are played. My computer hates me. A computer cannot actually hate you. It might feel like it sometimes, but it doesn't actually hate you. The camera loves me. Again, cameras can't love you, even if you take great pictures. Opportunity knocked on the door. Opportunity is like even more of a personification because opportunity is just a concept. So opportunity knocked at the door. Opportunity can't knock. The sun greeted me in the morning. Suns can't greet you. So you guys are going to have your handouts, and we're going to look at ours in just a minute, but you're going to read each sentence. You're going to underline the object that is being personified, and then you are going to tell me what that sentence means. When objects are being personified, personifying objects, you're going to write a sentence giving the object human characteristics. So leaves on windy days, a light bulb, an alarm clock. You're going to have examples of these. So if I have my leaves on a windy day, I might would say the leaves waved as they drifted by me. Or a light bulb. The light bulb, I don't know this one. Give me just a second. It sometimes takes time. The light bulb winked out. Light bulbs can't actually wink, but they can slowly go out. An alarm clock. The alarm clock screamed in the morning, waking me up. So you are also going to have sentences like this on your handout. Why do these authors use personification? Because personification creates imagery. You guys talked about imagery yesterday. So imagery is your five senses, and personification just helps to amplify that. Personification, Casey at the Bat, which is the poem that you guys read on the very first day of this unit. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them off his shirt. So tongues can't actually applaud. They don't have hands. But when people are cheering really loudly, it can sometimes sound like an applause. So then we have the mending wall, which you guys read the second day of the unit. My apple trees will never get across and eat the cones under his pines, I tell them. So apple trees being able to come across, but really apple trees being able to eat anything. This author doesn't mean that they can actually eat anything. What he's talking about is them combining and destroying his pine trees. All right, so really quickly, I want you guys to think about this before we move on. What is a simile? What is a metaphor? Okay, good. And how does similes and metaphors create imagery? Just a really quick review. All righty. So let's look at this really quickly because I need you guys to be able to distinguish what is a simile, what is a metaphor, what is personification. We would have had more pizza to eat if Tommy hadn't been such a hog. What is being compared? Tammy to the hog. What does this mean? Tammy ate a whole lot of food and she just kept it to herself. She didn't share. And what imagery does this create in your mind? It's probably not a person like with an actual pig nose like a hog, but probably a person who is just like got a ton of food in front of them and everybody else has nothing. All right, next one. Which type of figurative language, simile, metaphor, or personification? The front door screeched as I slowly opened it to sneak into my house. So what is being compared? What is being compared? The door and like a screeching sound. What does it mean? Yeah, it means that it makes that like sound as it opens. And then what imagery does this create in the reader's mind? This is your sound imagery, yes. All right, to our next one here. Physical exercise is like medicine for some people. What is being compared? Physical exercise and medicine. What does it mean? That some people get better both mentally and physically when they start exercising. And what imagery does this create in your mind? I don't know about anybody else, but I definitely think about like fitness YouTubers when I imagine fitness being a medicine for some people. Okay, so now let's go look at your independent handout. So this is the sheet that you have. You're looking at personification. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write down the definition of personification right here. And then you guys are going to start by identifying the personification. So you'll read each sentence, underline the object that is being personified, and then describe the meaning of the sentence. So Peggy heard the last piece of cheesecake in the refrigerator calling her name. So you'll underline what is being personified, which would be the cheesecake. And then what does this mean? It means that she couldn't stop thinking about it. So that's your freebie. You've got to do the rest on your own. Then you are going to write with personification. So my bedroom door opened. So you would do something with your bedroom door here and it opening, but personify that bedroom door. So our example in the PowerPoint was the front door of the house screeching open. So what does the bedroom door do? And you'll just continue that for the next ones. Then on the back, we are going to be distinguishing between the different types of figurative language. So you'll look at this quote right here. The snow whispered as it fell to the ground in the early morning hours. You will circle, is it a simile, a metaphor, or personification? And then you'll tell me what is being compared, what does it mean, and then you will sketch the picture that it shows you. And that is what you guys will be doing for your assignment. If you have any questions, please ask me if you're in my class or ask Miss Davis if you're in Miss Davis's class, but you guys have got this.